Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Expansion Pass here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host and Enlightened Insider, Eddie V. Joining me is Bossman himself, the one, the only, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
Hello. I'm just making my checklist of games for the rest of the year, and it is quite large.
Oh, did we get some announcements this week? Everybody, we are talking about Switch have too many games this holiday or in this fall, and just with all the announcements, this probably gonna feel like a Family News expansion, Family News Plus or Super Family News, because dude, we literally did 2 expansion passes about the games that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And me and you.
I knew that was going to happen as soon as we did the episode of the schedule, right? Which I think is going out this coming weekend for patrons. Like, I knew as soon as we did that episode, something was going to get dropped, like some sort of announcement.
Well, it was weird. So I guess let's start with Bayonetta 3. So everybody, Bayonetta 3 has been announced. It has been dated for October 28th. There's going to be a collection with a 200-page art book and all three games getting their own physical copies.
Every time, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but when I think of a Bayonetta art book, I just think it's like a old school porn magazine or some sort of like porn manga or whatever.
No,
whatever they call them.
By the looks of it, it looks like the book list that's been like the Xenoblade 1 and the Xenoblade 2 collection.
No, I know. That was some reason that was the first thing that came to my mind. So
exactly. Well, I think so. When it got leaked that it was rated M, I didn't expect Nintendo to be like because it got rated that Tuesday, right after we did the show. Or the day after we did the show, and then Wednesday they announced that the game is coming out on the 28th, and they gave a new trailer about the new character Viola, and show some other pieces with this game. The blue reminds me of the Xenoblade Chronicles X and the enemies.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does. Sorry, for some reason I was thinking Xenoblade 3 for some reason. I'm like, why? But Xenoblade X, yeah, the blue is definitely that blue.
Yeah, I was just like, dang, they must it's just very interesting. So yeah, that will be dropping on Nintendo Switch in October. Now, you guys got to remember, October is stacked with games.
I mean, so is September though. Right, I mean, at least for me, like September now with like the Bayonetta 1 physical release and NBA 2K and like, I mean, I know I'm kind of a minority in that direction on Switch, but like September and October are stacked for stuff for me.
Shoot, probably for a whole bunch of people, because yes, Splatoon is a big one. I think NBA 2K 23 is going to be big.
Yeah. I mean, it always is.
To be literally big.
Yeah, I'm excited to play. Did you see the memes going out about the digital deluxe edition of NBA 2K on PlayStation 5?
Oh no! What happened?
It's $200.
Oh,
for the digital deluxe Jordan edition. I'm like, pass. So hard on that.
What comes with it?
It's like the My Player virtual currency stuff. You get like a whole bunch of extra stuff, but yeah, it was just kind of ridiculous.
And people clowned it.
Yeah, people are just like, this is literally the most expensive game I've ever seen.
So, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, I just, September and October are so stacked that I'm like, I don't think Nintendo needs anything else this year. And I'm not even counting third-party games for Nintendo. I'm just saying, just whatever you have, first half of next year, just, Unless they want to try to get it out this year, because literally nobody else has anything. What, Ubisoft has Skull and Bones, and PlayStation has God of War, and there's a Call of Duty game coming out this fall. Like,
Yeah,
and like,
and
Batman, the non-Batman Batman and Hogwarts Legacy are both coming out this year. Like, that's it. Hogwarts Legacy coming to Switch, by the way.
Microsoft is supposed to have something, but we don't have no dates for them.
Will they?
I mean, they got 20. They said stuff that's coming out for this year and next year, so they got something for 2022. But what? And I think because what, Forza Motorsport, is that next year?
Yeah,
I think that's next year.
It's next spring.
And so yeah, they gotta have something. Like Hellblade 2 should have been done and out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I don't. That game looks really cool. I can't wait to play that. But like,
Oh yeah,
it's still like insane that some of this stuff is not out yet. They just said they hired a narrative lead for Fable, and they announced that game a year ago. A year ago, they announced Fable.
Yeah. What was all of that about? Because everybody was talking like Fable was trending. I'm like,
well, they hired Control's narrative lead to do Fable, which means it's gonna be a pretty decent story at worst, So, but yeah, I mean, there's so much coming out, and like we kind of talked about, like Bright Memory is coming out. The gold edition, which is it's actually only $20 on Switch, which is pretty awesome.
That's not bad. That's a really good deal.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I think I'm gonna try it out. Actually, it comes out on the 21st
of this month, or
no physical though. So
I think for $20, because that's a good price. I think it was smarter for them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no multiplayer. It's like a 6 or 7 hour campaign. $20 is probably worth it, right? I mean,
yeah,
seems cool.
And if the performance is there, like there's no slowdown or anything like that, I think people are gonna be fine with it.
Yeah.
And of course we got Kirby's somewhat new Fall Guys.
That weird Fall Guys ripoff with Kirby in it. I'm like, what do you like? To be fair, we had a discussion offline. Like, that's actually a brilliant idea. If they could figure out how to make some sort of Fall Guys like ripoff with Kirby in it, and dress them up like different, like monetize it with different Nintendo characters, that's a genius idea,
And I know we were what we were talking about. Kirby's Dream Buffet. I'm sorry, everybody. It's the name of the game, but it's weird because when we were talking about it, you mentioned Corey, that because how popular Kirby is and what they could do with it, he could fit into any genre.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we got
his ability changing, like the way he can change abilities. I mean, you see it in Smash. Like, that's the biggest thing in Smash, is that Kirby can literally be anybody. So like, you could have they have that weird fighting game, right? That weird Smash clone that's just Kirby. They have side-scrolling platformers, a 3D platformer. Now this is like him rolling around. I mean, you look at Canvas Curse and Rainbow Curse, which are like the two touchscreen style platformers, which are really good, by the way. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse on Wii U is like one of the best games on the platform, secretly.
It's a great game to look at. It's just hard to play because you got to draw a lot. But people who are looking at it, though, and don't get me wrong, I love that claymation. That claymation is so good in that game.
Yeah, it looked really good. I was impressed with the way that game looked. Although a lot of games look great on the Wii U, it just nobody ever saw them. So, rip.
True.
Still have mine hooked up right next to my Xbox Series S and my Switch over here. Like, side tangent. I've been thinking a lot about like Game Pass and Xbox and stuff, and like I've been thinking about canceling Game Pass.
Why?
My son is unimpressed with that decision. I don't utilize it I don't utilize it. I own Outriders, I own Destiny, I own Halo, I own Gears. Like I just don't. I don't know, and it's like I'm not going to because I don't want to. But like I've thought about it
Mhm.
recently, just like I don't utilize Game Pass like at all.
Well, I think that that's the discussion that I kind of had. It's just not that, not that I was going to be using or anything. It's just like a lot of those games I've played and already have, and some of the new stuff that I get, yeah, I'm just going to go out buy the physical, or I'm going to get it on another platform when it goes on sale or something, or I get the Switch version for it.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's the thing too. Is like any game I try on Xbox, like an indie game or something that I
mhm.
kind of like, I'll be like, I'll get it on Switch. I'll buy it there.
Right, and it feels. I think that's why I felt like a lot of people just like, well, Game Pass is the best deal for games and everything, and
It
I'm just
is.
like,
It is if you play a lot of games, but I've just found
yeah,
myself not playing a lot, and the things I do play are in handheld mode on Switch while I'm like watching my kids play or watching a movie or laying in bed, you know? And like granted, I have a backbone controller for my Xbox and like I play but like I grind Destiny out on this thing. Like I don't use it the way that I use my Switch, you know?
right,
The same
and
thing is like I thought about like a Steam Deck at one point too. I'm like that's more like a Switch that I would use for more powerful games, but like what I don't I have two games on my Steam account and the games I would play on it like Destiny and Halo are not compatible because of the online cheat system. So like it's just never mind. I just had to go on that little rant side tangent thing.
no, no,
So
I think that's why when everybody's just like, your Game Pass was on Switch, how would that, how would that go? Like,
yeah.
would people play more games on it? I'm like, probably, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways.
Uh, but yeah, we that, like I said, everybody is probably gonna be like a family news, super family
I
news
mean, I mean, it's not
special.
really a news thing. It's just like we did these great episodes, and then literally the 2 days after we record these great episodes, like
We get
they drop
confirmation on
this.
some of them.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is annoying. So
So yeah, I think Bayonetta's gonna be one game that we're gonna be looking at. And now just thinking about it, dang, that's two platinum games in 1 month. Near and uh Near and Bayonetta 3.
technically three. I mean, because Bayonetta 1 is being re-released physically on the 30th of September, and then you have Nier, and then you have Bayonetta
Bayonetta 3.
3.
Okay.
So I
All
mean,
right.
technically three platinum games, which they need. By the way, they are in some serious trouble. I feel like not to
Well, platinum games?
not to sound mean or anything, but they are in some serious trouble.
Uh-oh, this don't sound good.
What do you mean? We've been talking about it for like a year.
Well, I'm just thinking, I didn't know if there's like any new news about them that came up. I know they
No,
talked about
it just
how they want
feels
to be
that way.
bought and stuff.
It just feels that way. Sorry, my son's crying. I'm just trying to mute myself when I'm not talking.
Yeah, I mean, because like Soul Cresta is a game that came out on Switch, which I think that did fine. Near Automata, Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 3 all coming to Switch. I think those sales would definitely help Platinum. Because we don't at this point in time, I think we don't know whatever their next project is. We don't know about it. So I think because I really feel like after they finish doing Babylon's Fall, uh, for Square, they literally just like, okay, we gotta go get on back to Bayonetta 3. We gotta do our Nintendo project because they paid us and everything. And I literally have a feeling, I don't know, something about Square and Platinum Games. I think that business dissolved after Babylon's Fall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's going anywhere either, right? I just, Babylon's Fall was a interesting experiment that failed. Like it it failed, right? I mean, they have like less than 10 concurrent players on Steam at any given moment. Like, it's just they were reaching for that game as a service money. They were reaching for that Destiny and Division money, and they are not getting it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I think part of that might be Square also, because remember Square they like to put single player developers on these big games as a service games like the Avengers and Babylon's Fall. What was the other one that they put out? But I mean,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's a single player game. Well, I forget what the other one is. But anyways, my point is like, for every like 3 or 4 bad game as a service they still have Final Fantasy 14. So I mean, makes them $2 billion a month. So
yeah, and then whatever game they put on Switch or platforms and stuff. So
I don't know. They still have one more game coming. I don't know who's publishing it, but it's that spiritual successor to Beautiful Joe and Wonderful 101. It's that Project GG. But nobody knows anything about it yet.
I thought that was Soul Cresta.
No. It's not.
No.
No.
Because I know Soul Cresta started as a joke, but people got like real interested in it. So Project GG is supposed to be there, I guess, their next game?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. I really feel like if Platinum is having financial troubles, I have just that feeling Nintendo's going to buy them. Unless
Nintendo's not going to buy them. Nintendo's not buying anybody.
I mean, they just acquired that movie studio.
But they've been working with them for years, right? I mean, that's the studio that does all their cutscenes in their Pikmin shorts and stuff.
Yes. So that is Dynamo Pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just Nintendo fully acquired them, and now it's going to be called Nintendo Pictures. So
what a time. Nintendo's buying cutscene studios.
But hey, that may lead into something for their next system now.
I mean, that's fair. But
like, what if because I mean, they'll probably do something like for commercials and stuff like there. But I'm just like, what if they do like a Metroid Prime 4 short? What if they start doing like their own TV series or doing like the Legend of Zelda series and CGI or stuff like that? Like, where does it? I was thinking about that, and I'm just like, man, where do they go with buying this company? Because this is, to me personally, this is way left out.
This tells me this has something to do with future projects and them kind of wanting better quality cinematic cutscenes if they're going to try to venture into that area.
Mm-hmm.
But because
I wonder if they did. I wonder if they did the Kirby ones, the latest Kirby games.
I don't know.
Because like if they did, yeah. Because I don't know who did the for that new Kirby game that's coming. That cutscene looks really good, and I seen like they have the anime eyes that was from Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. But yeah, I'm just shocked that Nintendo would do it and everything. But yeah, back to Nintendo having a stack like fall.
Yeah, hold on, Ed. Before we get into the stacked fall, we got to get into our Patreon producers.
Yes, that is true. Yes.
So everybody, if you're a free listener, we appreciate you. But if you want to support us directly, you can go to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where for just $1, you get PAL Block Expansion Pass and the Boss Rush Podcast 1 week early, as well as Standard Definition, our Retro Nostalgia Podcast, and After Dark 2 weeks early. All that for just $1. But if you want to be a Patreon producer, you can subscribe with a $5 tier, which gets your name shouted out on this here program, as well as others, as well as early access. So, without further ado, our Patreon producers for this episode are Quentin Jackson, Rebecca Jewell, Adriel Munger, my wife, Sana Dirrig, and Francisco Santillan. I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons, and I want to thank all of our free listeners. Remember, all of our content remains free. We just give you a little bit of extra incentive to subscribe. Also, we're recording this on July 14th, so if you subscribe after this, we will get to you on the next episode.
Yes.
Sorry, my son is crying, and I have to mute myself randomly so people don't hear.
Yes. So Corey, I know you kind of been making a calendar, a list of games. I know that September is big with us knowing that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is coming out. And I know I know you said we don't need any more. But we were talking about the Nintendo Direct. And I think with all of these announcements coming out, now I feel like we're not going to get a Direct in this month because a lot of stuff is dropping.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to get a Direct till September now, right? I mean, this was like, I mean, the only way I could see a Direct is if they made, it's not going to be, if we get one this month, it's not going to be a big one, right? I think we're going to get one in September. But like even then, like it's like what do you say? What do you announce? Like, do you announce that Metroid game that's supposed to be coming in November? Do you announce what do you announce in September? You know, so I don't know. Maybe you start looking ahead and start managing people's expectations for the first quarter of next year or the first half of next year, right?
That was what I was going to ask. Do Nintendo, because I think if they do like a Direct now, it's just reiterating what's all that's coming and everything. And I'm like, we know what we have. We at this point in time, we just need to know if there's anything that you guys are surprising us for August. If not, what are you doing for December? Because we don't need to know anything else. Like, we know we'll get a Pokemon Direct. We'll know that we'll probably get some Mario DLC update or stuff like that.
I think the next Direct we get will be a game-specific Direct again for something. I don't know what.
Splatoon?
Probably Splatoon, and either towards the end of this month or the beginning of August.
Yeah, because I think they probably want to break down, of course, Salmon Run, but I think they probably want to still introduce more weapons and layouts of the map. And
I think they just want to do deep dives, because if they have new game modes or anything that they want to show off, they're going to want to show those off before the game comes out, right? And not that like Turf Wars is boring or anything, or like we still don't know anything about the campaign either, right?
That is true.
They're going to want to show off like maybe a level or two of that.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of people forget that Splatoon actually has a pretty decent campaign.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be. I think if they do all of that, they are going to do probably a test run, an online test, to be like, hey, you guys can try out the game. Here are the hours. Here are the maps. We need your test run. Because I mean, I think people are already sold on it to like buy it and play it. But I feel like because this is such a big multiplayer game that a test run is going to need it. So I can see that happening. And everything.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Bayonetta needs one. I think we got all that we're going to get for Xenoblade. Mario Rabbids, because Ubisoft is doing theirs, they'll probably have some
I mean, they already put out a 10-minute video.
Well, yeah.
So, but, I mean, we might get one more from them at Gamescom, maybe, but, like, other than that, who knows? But, like, I think Nintendo, like, in terms of just, like, Nintendo games. Let's not talk about third party right now. I think Nintendo like if they add anything else, they are going to be they're going to start cannibalizing their own games. Like I still think they're kind of doing that with Bayonetta, to be honest, with putting it out right after
Splatoon 3.
No, not just that, but Mario Rabbids, right? Like I mean, I know Ubisoft is developing it, but I still count it as a Nintendo game because it's Mario. But
Right.
I still think they're cannibalizing one of those. I think those games are in the worst position. I'm sorry, I do, and I know Nintendo doesn't care because Nintendo's Nintendo, and they, for better or for worse, think they're better than everybody, so they're just gonna muscle their way through the fall, right? And again, this fall lineup is pretty scarce. We kind of already talked about all the big games this fall, right? Like it's God of War, it's Call of Duty, it's Gotham Knights, it's Hogwarts Legacy, and that, I mean,
that's pretty much. But I think it's because a lot of those games, besides the Kirby one, has been in development secretly and for so long. It's now time to push all of that out before Q4 happens. I know they want to get all of that out by March because that starts the next quarter. So that's why I feel like Advance Wars now they need to get that out too. I think that needs to be dated, and unless they're holding that until January, because I would be shocked if they hold that game to next year. Because my question is, what the heck? Did you guys hold it back because we got too much? Or did you hold it back because you still feel like that game needed polish?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's multiple reasons why they held that game back. I think it's done. I think obviously like maybe the war was an excuse to polish it up, but like still what that game was supposed to come out. That game was supposed to come out in May, right? And they
in April,
and they announced the delay in what, March-ish?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's July, so like that's 4 months of polish, 5 months of polish that you're gonna put on that game. Like, it's not like it's Horizon or The Last of Us or Halo, right? It's Advance Wars. Like,
and the thing about it is, Way Forward has been quiet.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, they've got a bunch of other projects too, right? They have that big Shantae collection coming out too, like a remastered Shantae collection.
And I think they just released something, but like Way Forward and Nintendo, I mean, Way Forward, of course, they do a lot of projects with a lot of people, and they kind of got it good with Nintendo, which is fine. They really went dark on Advance Wars. Yeah. Like, so if Nitty and Way Forward went dark on this game, they had to be doing something.
Well, I wonder if there's either like, because don't get me wrong, I want everybody to respect what's going on with the war and stuff, but I can't. I don't think Nintendo gives two craps about that, right? No offense, I just don't think they do.
Well, I think it's not a offense. I think of course, they want to show, be respectful, but it's just like, because that was so unplanned that happened. It just wouldn't feel right if they dropped this game. I think for some reason it feels like if this was EA, they wouldn't care. They still would have dropped it or something. They wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
mean,
Nintendo.
Everybody else just stopped sales over there. It's not like, I don't know. I just feel like there's something weird going on with this game. The fact that it's been delayed 3 times now, like I don't know. I have all the faith in the world in Way Forward, but I just feel like there's something weird going on with this game, and I don't know what it is.
Right, because I wonder if they started the plan for Advance Wars hitting last December. Okay, you got not only do you have Big Brain Academy, but you have like Halo Infinite, along with along with Advance Wars, which Big Brain and Advance Wars would have came before Halo.
Yeah, but those
You
games
know,
aren't anywhere close to the the
I yes,
audience for that, right? Like,
yes, I agree. Yes,
I mean,
but
I mean, there's probably a Venn diagram somewhere there where it's like, because like, oh, I like first person shooters and I also like tactics games, but like, you know, I don't know. It just there's something really weird going
it's
on
just
with
really
Advance Wars.
weird. Yeah, and I think definitely for like Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, we're waiting to see what is the next Pokemon they're going to reveal. What is the gameplay? What is the story, character, style, costumes? Like,
Yeah, but
if
that's
you
all coming
guys,
in a Pokemon Direct, right? That'll probably be
yeah,
in September, I'm assuming. Like, I bet it goes Splatoon. There's going to be a Splatoon Direct in August. There's going to be a Pokemon Direct in September, and there'll probably be some sort of Mario Rabbids video in September as well, right?
right.
So that's my guess.
Oh,
That's
and like we haven't even added about Pokemon Unite on Switch. Like the Pokemon company got a lot of stuff that's going on with them.
yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I could probably see that they'll probably, like I said, they probably do like universe, not universe. They'll probably talk about the cartoon and some other things,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
they know that Scarlet and Violet is the big focus.
yeah, and we didn't even talk about this on the schedule episodes, but there's supposedly 2 waves of Mario Kart DLC coming out this year.
Yeah,
So, where's that at? I know, like, supposedly the second wave is supposed to be imminent, according to some random French retailers' advertising signs or whatever. But man, I hope the tracks, by the way, in the next Mario Kart wave are better because this wave was pretty disappointing.
mm,
I played them all like 3 times just to get the gold cup on everyone, and I put it down. I was actually pretty disappointed in Wave One, but
oh. Did we get two already,
nope,
or is it just one?
it's
It's
just
just that
one.
one. Okay. So then, yeah, they need to get 2 and 3 out because I know they're trying to go into next year, and I feel like that final wave when they announce it is going to be they're going to next announce the final wave and then bam, Mario Kart 9.
Hmm.
Or do you think they're going to save Mario Kart 9 for the next console? Or should
Nine's
they?
not coming out on the Switch, I don't think. And whatever the next Mario Kart game is going to be, it's going to be its own kind of game as a service. It wouldn't surprise me if they just called it Mario Kart, right?
Hmm.
And it's just here's the game. It's here's you get $60. Here's your each kind of new DLC is going to cost $10-15. Just I wish they would do what Mario Kart 2 is doing actually though, because like you get different costumes for each character, which I think the next Mario Kart
Yes.
will actually have that, right? Where like, okay, here's Mario, but you can be, Fire Mario, you can be Penguin Mario, you can be Tanuki Mario, right? Like as the same character. The way you can choose Yoshi colors, I feel like that
Yes.
there's going to be a drop down menu for everyone, and they're going to be able to, whatever event's going on, you'll be able to unlock costumes for those characters, almost like Mario Odyssey too, to an extent.
Which brings up that next Mario game. Man, that's just so on the dot. If we think about it, we're waiting. The stuff that we're waiting for: Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2, the next Fire Emblem, um,
Advance Wars.
Advance Wars.
I have it written down.
Go ahead.
The stuff that we know about. Okay, so we have just from Nintendo, we have Breath of the Wild 2, we have Metroid Prime 4, we have Advance Wars. I also have Crisis Core, Hogwarts Legacy, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection also written down. But like now that everything's kind of taking shape and Bayonetta has a release date, and I'm assuming that Advance Wars will be December now, like we really don't know much about next year now, which I kind of thought we were going to at least know the first quarter, but we really don't. It's just Zelda, you know?
Yeah.
So well, if we get a September Direct and like a Game Awards thing or something right after the Game Awards, right? Like we
Hmm.
usually get a Direct towards the end of the year, kind of spelling out what's happening at the beginning of next year, right?
Well, did
So
you? Well, okay. So Persona 5, we know Persona 5 Royal, we know is coming also in October. You think Persona 4 Golden is gonna lead
mm,
January?
I don't know.
Because I
I'm more concerned about what Nintendo's doing than third parties. I think at this point, like, yeah, I get excited when third party stuff gets announced, and I will play third party stuff there. But
mm,
like, I want to know what Nintendo's doing primarily. You know.
yeah, because I'm like, there's probably more DLC for Wii Sports. Maybe something from Mario Strikers Battle League may come.
Yeah, I don't know. I I think this fall, like their lineup is so full. If they try to add
Yeah.
anything else, like I don't want that Metroid Prime remake in November now. I don't want a Zelda port, even though like I would move everything out of the way just to get it. But in October, right? Like I don't want these things now. I want to know the future and like spread these
Hmm.
games out. The Switch is obviously sticking around for a while. Like just spread this stuff out, you know?
Well, if because now it like yeah, that's Xenoblade Chronicles X. That I know 3 is stuff is out and they'll have their DLC, but I think that needs to lead now in January. They need to be Chronicles X
Why would
out
you put
like
out two Xenoblade games within 4 months of each other? That's so stupid.
for January.
Yeah.
That's not 4 months.
July. Okay, well, 6 months, whatever. My point is like it.
Only reason why you would do it is because you just need something to feel
No,
in that
no.
month.
You fill it with something else. I don't know.
But I
That's
mean, because besides Pokemon, the Pokemon game that came out this January, I think last January was Tokyo Mirage Session.
I
That
honestly
was
don't remember. But
yeah, I think that was 2021.
yeah, but you don't. No, no. I thought we were talking about this fall. I thought that was the topic of this episode. We've been all over the place except for the topic. It's been
Well,
40
yeah.
minutes.
Well, yeah. I mean, just thinking about just like the future and stuff. Because I'm like, like I said, the question was, do you think they're having too much? And I, I think it's not too much. I think we got everything set and ready to go. I think it's just like everything is so tight. I think everything is so tight that every week something big is coming to Switch. In a sense.
I mean, yeah, but that's what they want. So I don't. I mean, I don't know exactly what's coming at the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
I, it's July, right? Like, I mean, I don't need to think about the first quarter. Really, I'm excited for the future, but I want to think about what's coming the rest of the year first. We have each of us have like 6 to 12 games that we're excited for from now until November.
Yeah.
I don't need to think about January, February, March. You know,
But well, yeah. But and I think that's why that next direct is going to be literally important.
but I'm not talking about the next direct. I'm talking about the next 6 months.
Well, I know that. That's why I said that direct is going to be important.
But
Because I think that that next direct is going to confirm what we have for the rest of the year.
we know what's coming the rest of the year. The only game we don't know is Advance
It's just
Wars.
it's a Fast Force.
We don't
But
need a direct for that. Clearly, they announced Splatoon
but you know
3
how
and Bayonetta 3 in YouTube videos at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Nipsey likes to surprise us or be naughty and just drop something that we literally would never expect from a first party.
I don't know. I don't think Advance Wars is enough to warrant its own direct.
Oh no, 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 I agree. Yes, but giving us that final date for Advance Wars will I think definitely complete 2022. But it's just like okay, when that game comes out, no more. We should be good to go. But if they stack some more stuff that we don't know, I'm like, come on, Nintendo, y'all are doing a lot.
I mean, they are. I don't know. I still I think I don't think Advance Wars is going to come out this year. And the more I think about it, I that might be the game that kicks off the year. To be
You think
honest,
that's the January game?
mm-hmm.
Instead?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think like Bayonetta coming out in October, it just threw everything that I was thinking, and because I thought there was no way that game was coming out in October, no way.
It just felt like an October game
I mean,
because of the witches and stuff. I say it's because of the theme. That's why.
I mean, that's fine. I don't know. Like it threw everything off, and now it's just really bothering me. I just think that game's gonna get so buried, and it didn't like. I don't think that trailer wowed anybody either. Like I think Bayonetta fans are excited,
Yeah,
but like I don't think it's gonna move the needle on anybody else. You know, and
but a lot of people are not action stylized action players.
I get it,
So
but like I saw a lot of people in our Discord today, like, is Bayonetta worth playing? And it's like, well, do you like stylized action games? Like, you know, and that's your. It's not like Mario where 90% of
mm,
the people that pick up the controller are gonna enjoy it just because it's fun to jump around, right? This is like fast paced, combo based, score driven action game, right? Like that's what this is. This is a hardcore action game.
yeah, but a lot of people in the Discord probably haven't even played like a regular beat 'em up.
They haven't. I'm not. Look, I'm not trying to like. I don't want this to come off as mean because I know a lot of people
No,
in the Discord listen to the show, but like it seemed like a lot of people don't play these types of games, and a lot of people in the Discord were asking if it was worth playing, and I was like, and I kind of answered, and I was like, well, it's if you ever played Devil May Cry, it's kind of like that, and people have never played Devil May Cry either, and it's like, well, I don't think you're gonna like Bayonetta if you've never like gone out of your way to play Ninja Gaiden
mm,
or Devil May Cry, like if you want to try it, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. I mean,
it's
I think Bayonetta 2 is much better than Bayonetta 1, but I think the way this story is going, you need to play Bayonetta 1.
well,
You know,
I think it's one of those things that and I know we had a discussion about talking about getting into new genres that people haven't played or anything. Um, but I think it's something that people should at least try, you know. Um, cuz I think definitely read the reviews. See what they're going to say,
I
you
don't think
know.
you need to read the reviews. I think you need to watch gameplay of this game when it comes out, or
But see,
go watch. I mean, to be honest with you, Bayonetta 1 on the eShop is what, $20, $30?
$30. Yeah.
I can't tell because I already own the game, so I can't see the price, which is kind of dumb. I wish they would let you see the price of the game even though you own it. But I mean, it's half the price of a normal game. I would give it a shot, and if you like that, Bayonetta 2 is much better. And so I don't know. All I can say is find a red box, rent it from GameFly,
Mhm.
buy it from GameStop, and return it if you don't like it because you have a 30-day return policy. Like I don't know, I don't know what to tell you.
And I think the fearful part is going to be getting the gameplay. I think that's going to be too much intimidation right there because I'm like, if you don't know how to do a combo system, if you don't know how uh to to dodge at the right time, if you feel like you're not getting the groove or the flow of the game, you're not going to like it and everything. So what's going to end up happening is that I'm going to say that yes, go ahead and play it. But someone who did give it a try, who doesn't like it, they're going to also voice their opinion, and it's
Hmm.
going to. And if more people need to the opinion that it's not good or it's not for them, then that that person would never be able to experience um for that game. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, just take my word for it and go with it, but I agree with you. Go ahead and rent it or
Mhm.
something. Or if you do see it in a sale or you do find it that it's really cheap, give it a go.
I
And
mean,
I think
I think both these games are going to be on sale in October.
yeah.
Um, plus like I know there's a lot of physical collectors out there. Bayonetta 1 is coming physically for $30 at the end of September. That might
Mhm.
be worth checking out for $30. I think that game is probably worth $30. I'm going to just, throw that out there. Or if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation, you can buy Bayonetta 1 right now on those consoles. The 4K 60 frames version of Bayonetta 1. Granted, you're not going to
Yeah.
get like some of the extra content from the Switch version or the costumes or anything, but like I think the Vanquish Bayonetta bundle right now is $20, and you get both those games for $20. That game is worth $10. You know,
Mhm.
Vanquish is also worth $10. Vanquish is worth $40, but that's a game. I'm shocked they haven't brought the Switch yet. To be honest,
That's the surprise that I'm waiting for.
God, Vanquish is so good. I wish more people played Vanquish.
I could just see that dude just sliding on the ground with a
Sliding on the
switch in
ground,
his
getting in
hand.
the cover, smoking a cigarette.
uh,
Which is how you heal in that game, by the way. It's hilarious.
I never used the cigarettes in that game.
I mean,
It was,
I'm like cigarettes just really gross me out, and like if I smell them or like if someone's around smoking, like it like I feel my chest tighten up, and I can't. I I know there's probably people that smoke that listen to the show. I'm not offended that you do. It's just like it just grosses me out when people are by me and they're smoking. I have to leave.
hey, I sell it, and I had to smell it here and there on people's
Yeah,
clothes and everything.
yeah.
So, um,
Also, I think it's
but
because I worked in like a restaurant for so long, and then the car dealership where
mm,
everybody smoked, and it just was like that smell was around all the time.
uh, yuck.
Anyways, but like I don't know. I'm I'm really worried about Bayonetta 3 though. I want it to be good. Like I really do want it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the environments look great. I think the character models of the main characters look awesome. Uh, I think there's a lot of detail in the characters. I think there's a lot of variety in the combat because there's 3 playable characters. I
Yeah.
thought there was 4, but I guess I misread that. But like I think there's a lot of variety in the combat. I think that the enemies they could do a lot of things with these humanoid robot characters that they're kind of passing off as enemies, right? Like I think there's a lot you could do with that. Uh but man, the environments look really bad. They look worse than like 360 era environments.
And I think I'm well, because I know a lot of people don't pay attention to the environments, and I think once you like really get into the game and get into the groove of things, I think you'll be able to see more of the detail into it. Yeah, I think they probably didn't show a lot, because they was focused on getting out the story and definitely highlighting the new character Viola. Um, but like I think they want you to really like. Yes, you've been waiting for this game for 4+ some years, or whenever it was announced. Now this is the final product.
Mhm.
We got a bigger grand story. We got characters that you could change up and learn their combos and everything. I think there's just so much that's more. It's one of those things that just because you see it, you don't get the full picture until you actually play it. So when it
Yeah.
comes to the environments, yeah, it looks like this because it's in the city, but hey, you may finally get to hell, and once again back to heaven.
Mhm.
Well, vice versa, because you play get to hell in the
Yeah.
second game, but like maybe you finally get to heaven and settle the score. Who
Yeah.
knows?
And the thing too is like we're gonna play it and we're gonna cover it because we run a Nintendo podcast, right? And we're gonna
Hmm.
try to do the best we possibly can in terms of telling you how we feel about it, but we also understand that the type of games we like to play are not necessarily the types of games that everybody else likes to play. So we're going to do our best.
Hmm.
Uh, you know, I'm going to try to do a better job of like, you know, I kind of said this the last time, but I'm going to do a better job of like really committing to playing Nintendo games for this show, right? Uh, I haven't. I'm not saying I'm playing other games. I'm just like I haven't been playing games, you know, because we do so much, and like that might change soon too because I am so burned out. It's not even funny, but uh, you know, I want to do a better job personally of playing Nintendo games so we can talk about them in depth, either for playing with power or even if we just have its own expansion pass dedicated to that game, which I think
Yeah.
might actually be a better idea. You know, I mean, we can talk about it with playing with power, no big deal, but like having dedicated expansion passes to these games that are coming out is probably
Hmm.
a great idea that we just had on the show. So good job, Ed.
Yeah. I mean, because like I think one of the biggest games that we'll definitely talk about is going to be Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We'll definitely talk about Splatoon 3, but like when Mario Rabbids come out, we're probably going to have a bigger discussion because we love the first one so much.
Uh huh.
You know, uh, and like Bayonetta 3 is going to be, I think Bayonetta 3 is going to be a very interesting one. Is I think it's because we're going to be coming from two different worlds
Mm-hmm.
in a sense.
Plus,
Uh,
there's so much going on in that game too. I wonder how big this game is too, because there's like you have like multiple covens of like there's multiple Bayonettas in this game from
hmm.
different what I guess dimensions or time periods or something. Because I think the main Bayonetta they show is like a
Yes.
younger Bayonetta, right? I think right.
Uh-huh.
And then you have you know the two other characters plus you have the monster battles plus you have like the transformations, you know, like there's just a lot going on in this game and I hope they can like I really do hope they can pull it all together because I want Platinum to succeed and they just have not been doing that lately. I think the last game they put out that was any good was Astral Chain.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
And
yeah, so
I mean and that and you I mean of course Platinum developed it, but I feel like Nintendo had their hands on that game because they like this is a new IP that they paid Platinum to make
yeah.
and everything. And of course it was silent until it got revealed. But I think they were just like, okay, we need to make sure that you guys got all of this in check and that you're doing it right
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Bayonetta is your baby. We just offer some suggestions, some ideas, but Astral Chain, that's ours.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know,
And I mean, Nintendo could easily go find someone. Like I was thinking, like for Astral Chain, like if nah, this was just a random thought I had during work today because I was watching stuff when I and I was thinking like if something happens to Platinum, you know, like Sega still has Bayonetta. Like Sega owns the IP, right?
hmm.
And Nintendo owns Astral Chain. If they wanted to continue these franchises, they could go to someone like uh, Team Ninja or Tecmo Koei or Bandai Namco and just as easily make another one of these games with one of those teams. Would they be as good? Would they have the platinum flair? I don't know, but they could easily do that, you know.
Yeah, I think
I was thinking of like the Neo team doing a Bayonetta style game,
that would be interesting.
but that's a different topic for a different day.
Right. And you know, that decision would be up to Sega or something.
Yeah.
I kind I this might be a hypothetical. Uh of if Microsoft lent Ninja Theory to Nintendo to do Astral Chain 2.
No, I wouldn't want that at this point.
I mean and,
I think too many people are gone from Ninja Theory, and the team that is there wants to do games like Hellblade and Project Mara. Right? They want to do these
mm,
kind of hyper realistic, scary experiences, and I think the passion that team had for like when they did the DMC reboot, which is
Yeah.
amazing, by the way. I think the feedback from that game from hardcore DMC fans like really killed their spirit, you know.
Mm.
And I mean, we got some of that, I guess, in Bleeding Edge, but nobody played Bleeding Edge after that first week on Game Pass. So
Yeah, and and I understand Ninja Theory wanted to do something different, so I appreciate this. That's what I actually love about them, that they did their stylized action, they had their moment with it. Now we want to do something else. We want to be able to tell stories because they are a talented team that could do that.
mm-hmm.
And that's what I definitely love about them, that they have that freedom to do something else, and
Yeah.
they really were just like, yeah, we did our action stuff. Now we want to talk about schizophrenia or mental problems. We want to be able to do what we can do to bring single player narrative driven games to the forefront and be able to tell our stories.
Yeah. Side tangent about Microsoft, though. Did you see that rumor floating around that Sumo Digital might be making a Banjo-Kazooie game?
No.
Yeah, the team that did the Sackboy's Big Adventure for PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
might be doing Sackboy's or might be doing a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Because Rare has Everworld, right?
So, Everwild, yeah,
Or
I think so.
Everwild.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Well, shoot, everybody's trying to get the Metal Gear collection on Switch.
Oh, I was talking about Banjo-Kazooie.
I know.
I don't care about Metal Gear. Like I get that people want that, but like I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to see, I guess, but I'm wondering if they did do a Banjo game, if they would be like, "Hey, Nintendo, you want some of this?" or if it would just be too much.
Um,
Be cool though.
it would be, yeah, it would.
I
I
really
think
like Banjo-Kazooie, that first one, a lot.
I think
Second one's fine, but the first one.
I think there's so much interest and love with it, and I think when Microsoft's seeing it, working with Nintendo, and they brought it Banjo to Smash, it's just reinvigorated that whole series. Because really nobody was talking about Banjo until the hopes of Banjo showing up in Smash, and I think it was probably after Steve from Minecraft came. That's when people was talking about it, or they may have been talking about it for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. By the way, I almost bought that amiibo today, the Banjo one.
Oh wow!
But like the American one is like $70 and to import it from Japan is like 30. I'm like, I'm just going to import it. Like I don't care. It's going to be sitting on my shelf. It's not like they changed the look of Banjo for the Japanese release, right? Like
I have never imported anything.
oh my gosh, I want that amiibo so bad, but I mean I'll probably get it at some point. I have a list of amiibo that I would like to get as well. Although the Fire Emblem ones and the Zelda ones, the
Hmm.
most popular ones that people want, are also the most expensive.
Of course.
Puyo Puyo Tetris on Amazon though is $19.99. The second one,
When is it? Look, when is it not on for $20?
I know, but
Uh,
it's calling my name, man. The box art's cool. I don't like Puyo Puyo, but I like Tetris. You know me and Tetris head.
yes, I know you Tetris,
By the
but you
way,
have Tetris Effect,
I know,
which I
but
want.
I don't have
I
it
need to find the
physically.
physical for that.
I want Tetris Effect physically, and it's forty
I do.
dollars. And like
I do
every
too.
every edition, it comes with a different Tetris piece. You're telling me I have to buy 4 editions of this stupid game to get all the pieces? Ugh. And
But
they're
just get.
$100.
Uh,
I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna. I need to message Jack and see where he got those Tetris shelves because they're super cool and I want them.
he'll tell you.
I know. Anyways, I we're so off topic tonight. Like this episode is so directionless. I'm so confused right now. It's fine. Uh,
Special pass direction, less
yeah.
direct less.
I mean, it's fine. This can just be like kind of a BS episode. I mean, I care. I didn't mean I don't care. I'm just mean like we're 59 minutes into the episode. We're not getting back on track tonight. So.
Well, I think that, of course, I mean, with the fall, this fall lineup is pretty strong. With winter coming along, because even if they don't drop nothing in December, Christmas time, Hanukkah time, holiday time,
Yeah.
sales. Like if they could get a lot of switches out and still continue the sales, you have a vast library of games to buy just for 2022 before you even make like a game of the year list or nominations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I just I sorry that I'm stuttering everybody. This is a pack year for Nintendo, and if there's not a lot of Nintendo games on a lot of Game of the Year lists or anything, I'm going to have multiple questions. I'm like, not even speaking about everybody just wanting to give it to Elder Ring or whatever. It's just like Nintendo had a strong year of games,
Mm-hmm.
like probably the most games that came out this year. Why is there only about one or two games on people's lists about stuff?
Yeah. So here's my list for this year. um, Sorry, I'm kind of trying to fix my list. It kind of broke because copy paste doesn't exactly work all the time. So my list is actually quite large. For this year, the rest of the year, which is I didn't know it was going to be this long, but it is, and good thing I'm not getting anything on any other consoles, I guess. Why is this not working? Why is this being stupid? There we go. All right, so July, I'm skipping Alive. That game does not do anything for me. But July is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. August is Blossom Tales 2. September is where it gets busy. September is Splatoon 3, the Splatoon 3 Pro Controller, NBA 2K23, Diofield Chronicles, and Bayonetta. October is Nier Automata, Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Persona 5 Royal, and Bayonetta 3. November is Pokemon Violet. TBD is Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection, the physical version of Shredder's Revenge, Advance Wars 1 and 2, and Hogwarts Legacy.
And that's it.
Yeah.
The Cowabunga collection. Oh, I cannot wait for that to drop.
And then right now for 2023 and beyond, like I have Breath of the Wild 2, Crisis Core, and Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
So, man, and then also in there somewhere I have to get a new Destiny expansion. So, and World Slayer for Outriders, which I haven't got yet.
Yes.
Man, which I still haven't even beaten the base game, so I don't know why I'm worried about that. But that game will be on sale Black Friday by the time I beat this campaign.
Oh, Black Friday is going to be bonkers this year.
Mm-hmm. And in there somewhere, I have to find these other games.
Yeah, I wonder how the Black Friday sales is going to be. How they going to look like?
Yeah, I'm not thinking about it in July. I know Best Buy had their Black Friday in July sale recently.
Yeah, I looked at it and there was nothing there.
There's a lot of great TVs, like if you were in the market for an OLED.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not buying an OLED until we move into a real house. So
yeah, and like game wise for Black Friday, I really don't know. Like if there's, I think that everybody's gonna be like, okay, let's see what the sale for Elden Ring is gonna be, because like Elden Ring got a good sale, more people are gonna pick it up.
I'm surprised that game hasn't been on sale yet already. But people are still buying it, I guess. So good for them. I don't know. I bought Dark Souls Remastered to shut everybody up.
And shoot, not to discount Sony or anything, I feel like that Last of Us remake, everybody's gonna wait for Black Friday and buy it. I think well, I should say
Well,
PS5
I
owners.
think I think the Sony faithful will buy it day one, right? Because I think PlayStation fans are more like Nintendo fans than they want to admit, right? Where they'll buy
Mhm.
anything that says PlayStation on it, or PlayStation Studios on it, day one, regardless. Uh, I think anybody who's already played it, who's like on the fence, will wait for a sale, and I think that that game will eventually be a pack-in game for the PlayStation 5. That's my thought. For people who haven't purchased a PlayStation 5 yet, that'll be the next bundle.
I that's true. That's probably the Black Friday bundle. I think
I it'll be close because
because
that game. Well, that'd be smart to bundle it with the
yeah,
PlayStation. I mean, they got to get PlayStation 5s out the door first, right? I mean,
well,
that's the
yeah,
thing. But I think, well, I mean, they still have that Horizon bundle also. But that'd be a pretty good deal though if you like either a Horizon or a Last of Us bundle and then you get God of War. That's a pretty nice little starter kit, right?
yeah, yeah.
For most
And
people.
I think yeah, and I think that's why I just said like a Black Friday because they'll probably do like a lot of the consoles do like the special bundles and stuff around that time.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
that's
I'm telling you, I'm waiting for to get a PlayStation 5 until they can fit in an entertainment center. My Xbox Series X is pushing the limits of the size of the box.
shoot, mine is right by my TV
Yeah.
and right by my Switch, and it's not sitting down; it's literally standing up.
Yeah. So,
Um,
we'll see.
so
I don't know. I'm excited for this fall. I think Nintendo has a strong lineup. I think they've
yeah,
clearly got the strongest lineup out of everybody, at least on paper, you know,
yes,
with exclusives and third party support. I think the other consoles are getting is minimal. I'm actually shocked they didn't announce that Gears of War kind of bundle for Xbox this fall that was rumored.
uh-huh.
The Marcus Phoenix collection or whatever they're going to call it. Uh, so
That's supposed to be the collection of 1 through 5, right?
no, it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, and Judgment, I think. But Judgment has a lot of work to do on it. But I think that what they were going to do is package all the campaigns into one package, and then the multiplayer would be like three's multiplayer, but include all the maps from 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
That was the rumor. That's what Windows Central reported. That's what certain insiders reported. But I'm shocked they did not announce that, especially if they knew Starfield and Redfall were getting delayed. They have
Yeah.
nothing. Xbox still has nothing this fall. Like I mean, they have like some interesting single and double A experiences and indies and stuff, but like they don't have a tentpole
But
title. And
that was the
I thought for sure Forza was going to be that title, but
mhm.
even that's not coming out till
But
next year.
that's the problem with all these acquisitions. I know acquisitions are going to be probably the news story of the year with everybody. Well, with mostly Sony, Nintendo, not Sony, Nintendo, Sony and Microsoft doing it. But okay, you guys got these companies. You gave all this money for everybody to bring out their dream game. Where are these games?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not here to like dog on Microsoft. I like Xbox a lot. I like what they're doing. I think they're doing everything right except delivering experiences that people want. I just I don't know. They have all these great announcements. Like they have 30 something projects announced.
Yeah,
Announced.
we have more announcements than the actual releases. And the thing is, this is the thing about it is that
Like even Contraband, that Avalanche game that they're publishing. Where's that? And they don't have the marketing for any of these games either, these third-party games. Like Sony has it for all the WB stuff.
mhm,
Uh I mean, yeah, Xbox has the marketing for the sports stuff, like the EA stuff, but like, okay, that's like a nice subsection of your audience. What about the gamers that are coming for Halo and, Perfect Dark and Fable? Like, where? I don't know. I don't want to talk about. I'm about to get really frustrated because every time we start talking about their Xbox's like slate of
Lineup.
things, they have so many great titles in development. We haven't seen anything, and like, I don't know. You're gonna try to position like Halo's multiplayer campaign and the Forge mode as your big fall thing. Like, that's
You can't. I think it's you just can't defend them. You can't. Not saying make excuses for them. I think you just can't really. It's getting to a point where people are just be like, you know what, Microsoft. I'm at a point I don't even care what you do because right now I'm getting my gaming entertainment from other places, and whenever you decide to do something, great for you.
yeah. I mean,
But
like, I like don't get me wrong. I bought a next gen system to play Destiny at 60 frames a second, right? Like, that's why I bought the Series X. There was literally no other reason at that time that I, you know, uh, but like, I'm looking at the lineup for Xbox, and like, some of these games are just, they're not so okay. As Dusk Falls comes out in a couple in I it's probably out by the time this episode airs, honestly. It comes out on the 19th of July. There's Saints Row in August. That's
which I'm getting,
multi-platform. Soul Hackers 2, that's multi-platform, although that game looks really cool. I wish it was coming to Switch.
yeah.
Destroy All Humans Reprobed is coming out in August. That game looks cool, but also multi-platform. Grounded 1.0 release. Well, that game's been out forever. That's coming out in September, but Grounded's been out for 2 years technically, right?
And no one has really talked about it. Only the last person I heard talking about it was Jesse.
I know
That
he's
was
the
it.
last person heard talk about it too. Lord of the Rings Gollum on September 1st, which is like, okay, that's neat, but also multi-platform no matter how good it is. The JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, that fighting game, comes out on the 2nd, multi-platform.
And that's coming to
Temtem,
Switch.
Temtem, that Pokemon kind of rip-off game, multi-platform. Warhammer 40K Dark Side is the first exclusive, and it comes out September 13th. It's a timed exclusive on Xbox Game Pass.
I was about to ask. I'm like, does Microsoft own that franchise or own that company,
Uh-uh.
or they just got it?
No, it's just they got that kind of Game Pass exclusive thing.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like a story driven for single player game. It's a multiplayer, like Left 4 Dead style game.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's that, and then Diafield Chronicle, right, which is coming as multi-platform. That tactics RPG looks kind of cool. The more I see it, the more I'm kind of in on it.
I
Uh,
think the demo was available for Switch.
it is. High on
Okay.
Life, which is that weird game where all the guns are alive. That's a timed exclusive. Overwatch 2, that's multi-platform. Marvel's Midnight Suns, multi-platform. A
Don't
Plague,
even know how that looks.
yeah, A Plague Tale Requiem comes out on the 18th, which is coming to Game Pass, but it's still multi-platform. Uh, Persona 5 Royal, already out on PlayStation, multi-platform. Scorn, that's their second exclusive, which looks like it appeals to like anybody who likes gross things.
Hmm.
That game looks so gross, man. I don't want anything to do with that game.
I'll definitely pick up Score to talk about it. Um,
Gross.
but that'd probably be something like for Crossroads or something.
Gotham Knights, multi-platform. Star Ocean, game looks cool, multi-platform. Modern Warfare 2, multi-platform. Pentiment in November from Obsidian.
Oh wow.
Interesting experiment, but not a tentpole game that you want to put out in November. Sorry. It looks neat, Game Pass game, but I don't get it.
And what about some of the games from last year's Game Awards? I thought they would be out like on Series X.
I don't know.
Cause
Skull and Bones comes out on November 8th, which, you can say whatever you want about that game. I don't know.
Arc with Vin
Uh
Diesel, is that out this year?
no, it's not.
Okay.
Bright Memory Infinite comes out on the 12th, which multi-platform. Flight Simulator 40th Anniversary Edition. That game it's an update. Slime Rancher 2 multi-platform. Callisto Protocol multi-platform. Hogwarts Legacy multi-platform. Crisis Core multi-platform. Like Atomic Heart, that's a Game Pass exclusive. That is an exclusive, timed exclusive, I should say. 3 months. So there's that, I guess.
But there's nothing from Microsoft themselves besides the Obsidian game
Yeah, no.
and Grounded.
I mean that's all you have from your first party. That's not. I'm sorry, that is not good enough. Sony has 2 high-profile games this fall. Yeah, one of them's a remake, but The Last of Us is probably Sony's most important franchise right now.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, I'm not really into The Last of Us, but Sony had 4 tentpole exclusives this year. And I don't mean to make this podcast about Xbox because we were talking about Nintendo but this gets back to my point of Nintendo is so well positioned for this fall. They have they have a great mix of genres. They have a great mix of first party and third party. They have a great mix of indies versus AAA versus single A experiences. Nintendo has something for everybody this fall. Microsoft doesn't have anything for anybody. And PlayStation only has mature rated titles, right?
And the thing about it is Sony and Microsoft will still get a pass because when this stuff happened with Wii U, everybody was getting on Nintendo about it.
Yeah, but the problem with Wii U is that it didn't have third party support. That's
true.
Both these consoles have already sold more than the Wii U in a year, in 2 years, less than 2 years. That's
right. That is true, but I'm just saying the process, the way that when Wii U was going through this kind of same thing of wondering what's coming to the system, Sony and Microsoft can have the same thing and still get a pass because they're Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah, but they offer a lot of other things that the Wii U did not. I love the Wii U. I'm the biggest defender out of anybody we know about the Wii U. Mm-hmm. That console did not have. It had crappy friend system. It had a crappy online structure. It was good for Nintendo games, just like every Nintendo console is.
Mm-hmm.
It had it didn't have. You couldn't even download DLC until 2 years in, right? That's why Arkham Origins had remember that whole slate of DLC, great DLC it had. Everybody loves that Batgirl DLC. Didn't come to Wii U. You know why? Because it didn't have a functioning DLC system that allowed you to properly put DLC on the store until months after that game came out. And at that point everybody already wanted an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 for these games. So, that's again, I love the Wii U. I bought every single third-party game I could on that console.
But see, I think I brought up the Wii U is because of it's the thing of what the world is coming to your system, and when it comes to Sony and Nintendo, keep saying Nintendo. When it comes to Sony and Microsoft, they get a pass regardless of whatever's on their platform.
But I don't think Microsoft is getting a pass. I think Xbox fans are super frustrated right now because they have nothing to play. And the one game that they have in Halo, Forza's great, but that does not. I'm sorry, driving only appeals to everybody for so long, right?
Yes.
Halo is a game that should appeal to everybody, and they messed up the post game stuff, right? With the season pass and not having co-op at the beginning, not having Forge ready to go. I would okay, no campaign co-op, whatever, fine. Forge was the biggest mistake they made by not having that ready to go at launch. Having user-generated content for players to play is so much more important than campaign co-op and your season pass blunders. People could have fought through that just to play infinite no pun intended, infinite content from players. And granted, I know like we're saying that now, Halo's going to have long legs because every game gets complained about when there's nothing there, and then they fix it and the company apologizes, and then you turn around and say, oh, this game was great. I mean, you look at Destiny, you look at The Division, you look at No Man's Sky, you look at all these games, right? And everybody loves them now, even though they had terrible launches.
Yeah.
Halo's going to be in the same position. But where we're at right now, it's just not. Microsoft has nothing, and I don't think Microsoft is getting a pass. I really don't. And I actually think there's a lot to play on PlayStation. Not everything's for everybody, but they probably have like what 8 or 9 exclusive games across. Like, I mean, if you're counting Horizon and God of War and Gran Turismo, which also come out on PlayStation 4, but like they're still PlayStation exclusives.
Returnal,
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet Clank, yeah.
The upgrades, also like the last gen patches to make the games run at like 60 frames and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think PlayStation's in the same boat as the Wii U, and I think that Xbox is not getting a pass for not having anything. I disagree with you a lot on this in this conversation.
Well, we'll just agree to disagree. I'm just saying that when it comes to Nintendo, like if this situation happens with Nintendo, well, that's what I said with the Wii U, is that people will just be angry at Nintendo and point and laugh at them. It's because not just take them serious.
It's because the Xbox and the PlayStation offer a lot of other things that the Wii U did not. Right? Granted, you could barely even watch Netflix on the Wii U, right? I mean, you could, but it was the worst experience. And it's just that console didn't play DVDs or Blu-rays, right?
Yes.
It was not an entertainment center it was not the center of your entertainment system like the way that Xbox and PlayStation are. It was just a bad, it was just a bad console unless you wanted to play video games on it.
Which is a video game console.
I know, but so many other, like the 90% of the people who own these consoles also use it as like an entertainment hub, right? Like I have Disney Plus on my Xbox. I have Netflix. I have YouTube. I have the Giant Bomb app. I have, HBO Max. I have Twitch. Like I have all these other forms of entertainment on there. Plus it's a Blu-ray player, and like the Wii U is not. And a lot of people would argue the Switch is not that either, right? There's still no Netflix or Disney Plus on the Switch. Granted, I don't need it because it's a handheld, right? But still, I know there's a lot of people out there who maybe they don't own an Xbox or a PlayStation and they would like to have these things because they don't want to hook up a Roku or a Fire Stick or an Apple TV, right? Like,
so do you think that it's become more of an entertainment thing than its purpose of being a games machine?
Yeah, I think people expect more out of their machines than what Nintendo is giving them. Granted, the Switch I think is a different beast, right? Because they're passing it off as like a hybrid console that's most people play in a handheld form. I would say more people play it in handheld than on the TV. And it gets a pass that way. I think out of all the consoles, Nintendo's the one that's getting the biggest pass right now.
But Nintendo has worked hard to get games on their systems, on that system.
I mean, I agree. I think the Switch has a lot of games, but also, like, most of them are ports. Most of them are old games, right? Like the third-party games are all, when they come to Switch, they're old. Granted, they're great ports and they're good and they're fun to play, right? Doom was really fun to play on the Switch. Wolfenstein was really fun to play on the Switch. The Witcher is really fun to play on the Switch. But they're all old games. And like a lot, like even that first year, like some of the games were Wii U ports, and like they kind of using Wii U ports to fill out the gaps in their year. You know,
because they was getting like new games still like
yeah,
in development for it.
and that's fine, right? Like even the best game on the console is a Wii U game. This is
Well,
Breath of
yeah,
the Wild is a Wii U game.
but and that kind of happens with the Series X in the sense that when it came out, yeah, it had some games, but more people were playing backlog games
That
on the system,
yeah,
on the console.
yeah, and I think that's one of the things that Xbox does well. The thing with Xbox is that it played your old games automatically. You didn't have to spend another $60, which I think is another thing Nintendo gets a pass for, which is, you know,
Mhm.
people go one way or another about it, but like you can't deny that paying $60 for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze again didn't sting a little bit, you know?
Well, yeah, true.
Especially when the Wii U version was $50. And then the Nintendo Selects version for Wii U was $20 when that game came out for 60 on the Switch.
That is true, yes.
And then they had the nerve to delist it from the eShop the month before it came out.
But I think at least that Nintendo provided something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you were getting ports, you was getting indies and stuff, but I'm like, you were getting tons of a lot of first party, and it was like I said that when people said where the games at for Nintendo platforms, well, here are the games that's for Nintendo platform, and Nintendo fights for that.
Yeah,
and and I think people just don't want to give certain people just don't want to give credit. But but like with Microsoft and Sony, they get all the passes for that. They can barely bring anything. If they may bring out one triple or two AAA games, and people just like high praise and stuff.
I mean, that's a normal developer only puts out about 3 AAA games a year if they have the development talent. Now, granted, Xbox and PlayStation have been buying up talent, and they should be putting out 4 or 5 games a year. I think Xbox has enough studios to put one out every 2 months.
Yeah.
And, and they're not done acquiring people. But just to kind of put this back into Nintendo's court a little bit, like I said, Microsoft doesn't have anything. PlayStation has 2 games aimed towards the hardcore PlayStation faithful, right? I think God of War is a little bit more mainstream than The Last of Us, to be honest.
Yes, I agree.
But Nintendo has a lot for everybody, and I think that's why it seems like there's almost too much coming out this fall, is because Nintendo and the third parties that they're working with are literally flooding the console with games this fall because nobody else has anything.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
And then, yes, I agree. And I think some people just say, "Well, Nintendo don't got games." Nintendo has games. You just don't feel like those games cater to you. You cannot. I think that language needs to be changed. That
always bothers me too. Like even people, people we know, people online, and even people within Boss Rush, they're like, when they say a console has no games, it's like, no. If you say Nintendo has no games this fall, you're a liar. You're just not into the games they're putting out at this point.
Even willing to give that genre of a game a try.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo has 5 first party games lined up this year, potentially 6. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
And if
it may not be for you. Like, if you don't like RPGs, you're probably not going to pick up Xenoblade. If you don't like shooters, you're not picking up Splatoon. If you don't like tactics games, you're not picking up Mario Rabbids or Advance Wars. If you don't like action games, you're not picking up Bayonetta. If you don't like, Pokemon, then you're not picking up Pokemon, right? Like, I mean, but there's at least one game for everybody this fall. It just I don't know. I feel like I'm ranting now, which is a sign of me getting tired.
we're gonna wrap it up. I think when it comes to stuff that's getting passed and the way that we use language about games have changed, and everything. And I know me and you got different viewpoints on stuff. It's just that I think, for me personally, definitely for this fall for Nintendo, it's a strong lineup. For 2022, it's a strong lineup. So you can't say that the games are not there or anything.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if I've heard a lot of people say that Nintendo has no games recently. I think the last time I heard that was the year that Animal Crossing and Age of Calamity came out, because it just, like, even though Nintendo had 4 or 5 first party games that year, it just didn't feel like, I mean, you look at the first 3 years of the Switch, right? Like, they had banger after banger, like, on average every 6 weeks. Right. And then you get to 2020, right, when the pandemic hit, you had Animal Crossing, and then you had Paper Mario, Age of Calamity, and there was something else that came out that year too. But that's a normal year for Nintendo, right? I mean, that's like old school normal year for
and for a first party to put at least out 5 games, that's impressive.
Yeah, and I know the pandemic hit Nintendo really hard, but
right.
The Mario 3D collection came out that year too, right?
Yeah. There was another one though, I think, that came out in June. The game thing, like
the Clubhouse game thing.
Clubhouse games, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Famicom Detective Agency, was that last? Yeah, that was last year.
I don't remember.
Was May.
I don't remember.
It was last year. It was last year. It was in May.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just I'm really excited for this fall. It's a terrible fall to try to rekindle my
Corey
physical collection.
We're gonna have to put in some overtime at work.
I mean, I get paid the same regardless now, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
I could work 35 hours, or I could work 60. I still get paid the same, Ed. So
okay. Well, I'll just have to work the extra hours since I'm hourly pay.
I mean, to be fair, I've been curating my collections of things, and I have some things to get rid of, and it's going to bring in some my video game money, I think. So we'll see. Yeah. Speaking of God of War, I have a God of War statue that I think I'm going to get rid of. So,
someone would buy it.
I know. Anyways.
Well, everybody, I think we could wrap this episode up. Corey, where can we find you?
You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block, the Boss Rush Podcast, Standard Definition, and other things here on the Boss Rush Network. Wow.
It's late.
Yeah.
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode and on Instagram. You can check me out on Nintendo Power Block and more on Expression Pass. You can also check out some of my old episodes of Optional Opinion on SoundCloud. And check me on Talk the Walk and other podcasts. We releasing a new episode in the coming weeks, so you guys will be able to check that out. With that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Expression Pass, Nintendo Expression Pass. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.